Hello again, Munir Ajam here with the iSmile series on project management. In this short topic, I will talk this time about PBS versus WBS. The term WBS or work breakdown structure is quite common, and it is used in the PMBOK guide and many other resources. However, it's not the PBS as another term is not used often. The term PBS or project breakdown or product breakdown structure is a term, again, as I said, is not as common as WBS. So what's the difference between them, or what are they? Well, WBS is a term, let's start with the first one, is the most common, is a breakdown of the project work. So basically, if we have a project, whatever that project is, we can use an example in a minute, is we want to break down the work. We want to break down the work into all the work, the scope of work that has to be done on the project to deliver the final product, result, or the final product or result of the project, or the final output. So every project must deliver a certain output. We call it sometimes product or result. So basically, the work breakdown structure is a breakdown, is a hierarchy. So basically, we start with the top, we start with the project, then we break it down to one level down, said, okay, what will be the major component of this project? For example, in a project life cycle, if we said we need to follow a project life cycle, if we use a life cycle as a hierarchy, then below the project life cycle, we have phases. In the SUCAD model, below phases, we have stages. Within the stages, each stage have other activities or work or tasks that has to be accomplished. So the work breakdown structure is a breakdown of the project work that has to be accomplished to produce a product. And it looks like an organizational chart or an inverted tree. And ideally, it could be used on Excel or Word, but a graphical representation would be a pretty good option. Another things we have, since we talk about the WBS is the work that a project has to do to deliver a product. So what is the PBS? PBS is a product breakdown structure. So basically, it's more of a breakdown of the component of the final product. Well, what does it mean? Let's use an example. We want to build a house. A product breakdown structure is a breakdown of the house component. So basically, a house would have inside and outside. Inside, we have living room, common spaces, kitchen, bedroom, bathrooms. Outside, we might have a pool or a landscape garden or whatever the case might be. So that is more of a breakdown of the product. So we are describing, in a way, the PBS is describe the product and how it looks like, or what are the major components of that product. The work breakdown structure is the work that has to be done to deliver the house. So in order for us to deliver the house, what do we have to do? Well, we have to have the concept design, architectural design, engineering design, construction, testing, and commissioning. These are the major level of the work that has to be done to deliver the house at the end. With that in mind, of course, I can break it down further. For example, in design, we can do the interior design, the exterior design. We can do in engineering, we have the mechanical, we have the electrical, we have the control system. If it's a smart house, outside we might have a landscape architect do the landscape, maybe a pool designer to design a pool for us. Okay, so these are activities, work activities that has to be done on the project in order to deliver the product. So to close, the PBS is the product breakdown structure, is a breakdown of the final product of a project. And basically, we break it down into its component, whereas the work breakdown structure is a breakdown of the work that has to be done to deliver that product. Hopefully, this simplistic explanation provides some clarity on the difference between PBS and WBS.